Hi, you may or may not know me, but I'm Annalise. Everybody's got a story. This one just happens to be one of mine. I'm gonna tell it. Well, some parts of my life, and the randomness of how my brain works. Follow me on a journey around one of my favourite places in Chester, a place I've had some of the happiest memories and some of the saddest and most anxious. A journey that begins with numbers and letters that make up me, supposedly. 15, 6, 97. 5, 12, 18. 7,843. OL2 CH1. Here's some knowledge of me and some backstory to my weird thoughts and the way that I am. So I grew up in a single-parent household in Manchester with not much recollection of my dad. Mum tried to give me all the best experiences in life, always on a budget. I may not have got the fancy, all-inclusive beach holidays twice a year, but Mum would at least try to take me to a Haven caravan park at least once a year. And I always remember her using the Sun's £9.50 holiday vouchers. Even at a young age, I wanted to perform. And I was always trying to get up on the stage and do that. I still perform and act silly. So we're going to walk. We're going to walk around the campus. When you're walking, I'm walking. When I'm walking, you're walking. Why don't you copy me? What about looking at the sky when you walk or the floor? Notice these things. I usually look at the floor. Music blasting into my soul. I don't know what looking at the floor says about me, but I do it. I always count. Count your steps, count my steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm sorry if I confuse you. I often confuse myself. Most of the time I overthink and my brain's going at several miles an hour. I change what I'm thinking all the time and then overthink those little details of conversation I had 5 years ago with a stranger, once known as a friend, or sometimes when you've overshared something with someone. Right now I'm thinking about the time that my mum went to a psychic and they told her my uncle was going to die soon, and apparently said, "It won't be long." I'm also thinking about how it's mad that this is my 4th year surrounded by this wonderful place and the amazing people. The spaceship here, I'm 1,000% sure it used to have a video playing inside and sounds coming from those speakers. But I can't for the life of me remember what it was about or what it sounded like. I just remembered a man. So we're going to cross the road. Sometimes there's cars that are here, sometimes there's not. Just remember that when we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Now, this corridor, I remember the random paintings that used to cover the wall. I remember it like one big mural. Now it's simple, it's plain and white. I remember a task we were given in first year. Create a piece of work inspired by the world around you at Kingsway. Most of that's gone now. However, these stripes are still here. How many stripes are there? White, blue, orange. Is it red? A red orange? I could say any number and you probably wouldn't check. Well, not right now. Follow me through this door. I don't know anything about this art that's in here, but take a moment to take it all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. Out of all of them, the artwork that stands out the most to me is through this door. These bottles are my favourite colour, and they're all different shapes and sizes, and they all once had different liquids in them. What does this represent? Not a clue, but I still like it. 3, 2, 1. Stairs. When we walk up and down them, please don't block them. As we pass through the corridors by the library, I'd like to take a minute to express how I loved how I felt within that space, whether I was stressed, hungry, annoyed, happy, sad. I knew I'd never feel alone in that room. From people falling asleep and a pile-on ensuing, play fighting, stretching, actually doing work, eating all of the food, especially from co-op, dancing, recovering, debating, being told off for being a disruption by the librarians. It's strange how a place can change in 3 years. Like this corridor, I don't ever remember coming down it in first year. Ever. Join me in coming up the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. 13, 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Take a notice of all the faces that you've met while being at Kingsway. How many do you recognise? 20? 50? 90? I swear there's a theory out there that says that you see 100 new faces every single day. Don't know whether I believe that, but we'll see. Stop and take a brief moment to think about the group of people that you're walking with right now. I invite you to take that many steps forward for how many people there are. How many people do you know personally? How many people are you close to? How many people do you at least recognise? Come walk with me again. When I walk down the length of this corridor, I love to notice the outdoors, the weather, the people. Sometimes there's even dogs. Art that's sometimes outside, inside, and the pictures of the current and ex-students. I'm in one of them. I challenge you to find me. Come and slowly walk down this corridor with me. This is one of my favourite places on Kingsway, a place I feel safe, a place all the emotions have been displayed. I've cried here, I've laughed, I've had panic attacks, I've been sad, I've been angry. I'm a creature of habit, and throughout the rest of this journey, you'll notice that. And I'll mention it every time something happens. I sit here out of comfort, safety, love that emerges out of these two offices that are on my left. Come and sit on this side of the wall with me. Look at the offices and the walls. Take it all in. Is there a poster that you've never seen before? Probably. They change all the time. I sat in this exact spot on what I thought was the worst 2 days of my life so far. 22/5/18. A year on from the Manchester Arena bombing. A place of work. A place where I lost 2 people I was close to. The 2 parents of children I taught to dance when I was working as a teacher back home. The day I lost one of my best friends to an argument. A day I had many panic attacks. and a day I realised I'd slipped back into the depression I thought I'd be at 17 before I'd arrived at university. The day of my NS. Perfection, we'd called it. Perfection I didn't think it was. 28/5/18. Final day of my degree. I spent 25 minutes panicking, trying to prepare before my last uni assessment. I got here late, but thankfully a previous assessment ran over. I was so nervous that I felt I couldn't get out of bed. That is where I wanted to be. My own little safe haven. I loved it there. 27, room 5. At this point in my life, I was so nervous and sad about going to the shops, I was ordering takeaway at the minimum of twice a day. Spending a lot of money I didn't have, gained a lot of weight, and genuinely felt unhappy about everything. I got myself into a hole that I thought I couldn't get out of. I suppose that's what my grandma and my mum were like when my granddad died from a brain tumour. Mum, now prescribed to antidepressants, had a car accident, a toxic relationship, and a fair few miscarriages. Grandma died of what I presume was a broken heart, but it was her choice to end what she did. 12/2/01. Mum now lost both of her parents by the age of 30. A single parent, and she still tried to give me everything. She still tries to do the best for me. Supports me sometimes when she can't even support herself. Now I'm older, we can almost afford to do the nice holidays. We do city breaks instead. The creature of habit re-emerges. Berlin, Krakow, London. I've been to Berlin and Krakow 3 times in the last 3 years. Last summer we went to the salt mines. 500 plus feet below the ground, and it was beautiful. There's even a church under there that people can get married in. Now the lifts coming back up, they were another story. They were tiny. 16 people in a lift, about this size. A bit like this small corridor. What even is this, a doorway? We were all squished together like sardines, in a lift that took us from the bottom level of the mines to the surface level in 90 seconds flat. Welcome back to the surface. To the lecture room. I've only been in it a few times. This was my seat for the 4 lectures that I attended in this room. One lecture I remember, I sat and watched The Grinch. It was October. Another lecture, I sat and ate Pringles. But ultimately, I just had the best time with who I thought were some of my bestest pals. Right. I guess we had better go down some more stairs then. Down the stairs we go. Put one foot in front of the other. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the great outdoors we go. Follow me to the performance of a lifetime. In this amphitheatre. The amphitheatre where I spent most of the summer of 2017. Come over here. Come with me. Walk into the theatre with me. Circles. Let us circle. Walk round with me. Round and round and round, 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 round. Are you dizzy? Let's sit. I could completely ignore the thought in my brain to say sit somewhere else. Don't sit there. Don't sit there. I would always sit there. Again, and again, and again. Summer 2017. Performance practices. We sat outside every day, complaining about how sweaty we were from dancing and how sweaty we were outside. It was very hot. Lunch was one of my favourite times of the day. We ate, we played, we danced, we'd recover, we tried new skills, we'd dance some more, just in case we hadn't done enough that day. We'd sometimes get phone calls. I remember one phone call. I got one specific phone call the day after the Manchester Arena bombing. A day from my manager from my current place of work, which was Primark on Market Street in Manchester. I got a call asking whether I was okay, asking if I had any friends or family missing. I didn't know. I didn't know what the damage was to that extent. I just knew there was people that I knew that were missing. Whilst sitting here, I also liked looking up at the sky. Then there was no clouds. Now there's clouds. Why don't you cloud spot with me? Lie down, stare at the sky. Watch the world go by like I did every day, feeling the heat on my face. Once you're done or bored of looking at the sky, you can stand. I will stand. And we'll walk towards the final part of Kingsway that I want to show you. We might have already been there. Or not. Only a few more steps to go, I promise. Back past the library again. Do you remember what good times I had in there when it was all bright and colourful? Now it's got a grey wall, and if I'm being quite honest, quite boring. I'm not motivated by grey. The yellowy greeny wall was full of life and energy, and it created a sense of fun. We're going to go back through these doors. We haven't been through these doors. These doors to the reception, gallery, exhibition space, the place it doesn't really know what it is. The other week I was taking a bite out of an apple for a performance. Strange. There was like a paper mache horse here at one point, and then sometimes it's bare and weird. I feel like it almost looks clinical when it's bare. Too clean, too much like a doctor's corridor, just without the smell, or being an actual doctor's. Through these doors, the Coke machine. The one advert, other than the Christmas advert, that I always remember of Cokes was with or without sugar. Either. I just love Coke. Coca-Cola. This machine has had quite a lot of my money in the past. Quite a bit. Now, technician's office. Look at it all done up for Christmas. Gotta love this inflatable snowman. He's basically an icon round here at Christmas. I want to give him a name. Does he have a name? Shall we give him a name? I think we should. Oh wait, let's turn around. Here's a bigger picture of the one I'm in from those offices earlier. Do you remember? So my favourite place on campus is technically two places. 005, the dance studio is the main reason I fell in love with the University of Chester and wanted to come to uni here. The studio was the one that was bigger than the studio that I had at home. Sit with me on the stairs. We'd sit here, wait for lectures, wait for lecturers. We'd just sit here. It was a cosy spot to sit, especially when it was freezing outside. My other favourite place on Kingsway? Weirdly, the changing rooms upstairs. I always liked sitting up there. Pre-show nerves, reading, chilling, just liking to be on my own. Some days I wanted to be alone. The changing rooms were perfect for that. I sometimes would sit up there for 4 to 5 hours between lectures. And I don't actually want to give up where my habitual spot is, as I like to keep some things in my life private, to myself. Bit selfish, I know, but some things I just want to keep secret. Join me in 005, the favourite dance space where you can finally take off your headphones and have a nice comfortable seat. But before you do, I'd like to say a massive thank you for allowing me to share some of my journey here with you today. I hope you've learned some things about me that opens up your mind a little more. I also hope you've learned a little about yourself as well. Take a seat and take your headphones off. Thank you.